Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt Modi with OddsJam. And what we're going to do in this video, got some bets to lock in for Monday Night Football tomorrow. So we have a AFC North showdown between the Bengals and the Browns, two teams going in opposite directions. The Bengals have won two straight, have won four of their last five, I believe, and the Browns have lost four straight. Obviously, the Bengals started off the season very rough. Two straight losses. They were favored by like a touchdown in both of them. Have figured it out since. Won four of their last five. Browns, the literal opposite happened. They started 2-1. Should have been really, honestly, 3-0. The way they blew that game against the Jets, for those of you who remember. But since then, four straight losses. Some gross losses in that stretch as well. So right off the bat, things aren't looking good for the Browns. The biggest news out of this one, obviously, Jamar Chase is out with a hip injury. But I still like the Bengals in this one. So let's hop on to OddsJam and let's find some bets to lock in for this game. So right off the bat, what I have up here is the OddsJam positive expected value page. And excuse me, using OddsJam, you place bets that have an edge over the sportsbooks. And the play that I really like is actually the Bengals money line at minus 150. So I'm going to risk to win a unit on this one, which is rare. Normally, it's rare for me to bet above one unit, but I love this play so much. I decided to bet to win a unit, which is risking 150 to profit 100. So for those of you at home, risk to win a unit, whatever a unit is for you. Risk 1.5 to win a unit on the Bengals money line. And let's chat about this one. So number one, I mentioned it's positive expected value, right? Found using OddsJam. And the way it works is OddsJam back tested a bunch of betting opportunities, just thousands of different betting opportunities across different markets, and basically trying to just determine what sportsbooks are the sharpest at pricing odds, what sportsbooks do the best job. That's what they used all that data for. That's why they collected all that data to make that determination. And once they made that determination of who's the sharp book, or sharp books in plural, not just one, plural, they removed the VIG from all of those books using a weighted average, obviously giving heavier weight towards the sharper books. That part makes sense. And the VIG, if you're unfamiliar, it's just the juice, it's the tax that sportsbooks price odds. It's how they make their money. They don't charge a transaction fee for placing a bet. Instead, they just juice up the odds themselves. So like if you look at any standard market, it's always the minus number is always greater than the plus number. So that means if two people, like if I risked to win $100 on the Bengals at BetMGM at minus 175, I'd have to risk 175 to win 100. But if I only risked 100 on the Browns, then I would win 145. So no matter who wins out of that situation, the sportsbooks profit no matter what. So removing the VIG gives you a true line of what these sportsbooks truly view a market without the VIG removed. Removing the tax, what do they truly view a market? That's what these no VIG odds right here tell you. And minus 150 is the bet that we got at PointsBet. Minus 157 is the no VIG line. So the gap between these two numbers is where your positive expected value comes from. In this case, an EV percent of about 1.89%. Basically saying for every $100 risked, you would make $1.89. I risked 150, so my profit margin was a little bit above this amount, but your expected profit will start to equal your actual profit over time if you track enough bets, which is really cool. So that's the math behind it, why I like it. Another reason why I like it, so PointsBet minus 150, look at where every other book prices it. So if you click into a play, it pulls up where every sportsbook prices this market at. And we can tell you, it tells you right off the bat, the average odds are minus 172. And then just look across the board. No book is giving you more favorable odds than minus 165 at BetRivers. Every other book has it at a minimum, minus 169, minus 170. And if you look at the sharp books, BetOnline, very sharp book, minus 170. Bookmaker, very sharp book, minus 175. Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, given the heaviest weight, prices this at minus 169. All of these books price the Bengals as significantly more favorable than minus 150. Generally, when you're sports betting, you want to take advantage of the outlier. In this case, OddsJam is literally just using the sportsbooks against each other, saying, hey, here's all this data of all of the sportsbooks. This one sportsbook has a mispriced line. More often than not, the one sportsbook that has a mispriced line is going to be the sportsbook that has the incorrect odds. So this minus 150 money line on the Bengals, I absolutely love. I think it's an awesome play. I like it for football reasons too. The Jamar Chase injury doesn't scare me off. The Browns have the 5th worst defense in the NFL coming into week 8. Now, I'm recording this on Sunday before Sunday Night Football, so DVOA might have changed, but heading into this week, the Browns had the 5th worst defense in the NFL. The Bengals, as bad as they started the year, their offense has now scored 27 or more points in 4 of their last 5 games. The last 2 games combined, they've scored 65 points. They scored 30 and 35. And the biggest issue that the Bengals have on offense is their offensive line. And you would think with Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett that the Browns would be able to take advantage of the Bengals offensive line. Not the case. The Browns are pretty much middle of the pack in terms of pass rush specifically. So the Bengals offense is hot. Losing Jamar Chase hurts the explosiveness of the offense, but with Tyler Boyd, with T. Higgins, with Joe Mixon, even Hayden Hurst has come along. I think that the Bengals should be fine, should be able to take advantage of this Browns team that is absolutely just cratering. And also, the Bengals defense, I think, is wildly underrated. They're 6th in the NFL in DVOA. They're not sexy. They don't have the Micah Parsons, the Aaron Donald, the Trayvon Diggs, the elite playmakers. They're just a solid, well-coached defense that doesn't make mistakes. That's hard to get beat. So the Browns, I think they're going to have trouble against the Bengals. I'm not scared off by Chase. I'm not scared off by the fact that it's an away game for the Bengals. I love them. In this case, the minus 150 odds, I think is an awesome play. So that is going to be my first play using the OddsJam positive expected value page. The next play that I really like is actually using the OddsJam screen. So let me zoom in on this a little bit. And if you use the OddsJam screen, it just pulls up where every sportsbook prices a play at, prices a market at. So you can see player passing yards. We have the 2 remaining Sunday Night Football quarterbacks, which we're not talking about. And then we have the remaining quarterbacks for Monday Night Football. And you basically want to use the screen to identify outliers. So most books have this priced 263, 264. Pinnacle has it at 267. But we see like a couple outliers. And one of them is Underdog at 270.5. And another one is FanDuel at 263. That's a great opportunity to middle, first of all. We take the over 263 because every sportsbook except for one has it above this amount, including Pinnacle, which has it 4 yards higher. And you can take the under on Underdog Fantasy because every sportsbook has it below that amount. You can middle it. If you're just looking at the sportsbooks, the most likely scenario is that Burrow lands between 263 and 267 passing yards. Or I guess I should say 264 and 267 passing yards. If he does, you would have successfully won both of those. Now, Underdog is obviously a daily fantasy sports platform, so you want to make sure that you combine another play that you like. But this is one that I love, an under on Underdog, and I like the over on FanDuel. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this in. I'm just going to put half a unit on Joe Burrow over 263.5 passing yards. I think it's really good. And those are going to be it for my 2 bets for Monday Night Football tomorrow. Bengals money line, Burrow over 263.5 passing yards, and that's it. So if you're tailing both of these bets, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Would love to hear it. Other than that, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel, and if you want to find me personally, you can at Twitter at Jedi Modai, where I post a bunch of plays. Been really hot recently, hoping to keep this hot streak going, but that's all I got. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.